And So doing a great job here. Again, in winter semis. However, in this set, we are going to have Vinnie and John Numbers. These are staples at Xeno.
Certainly. This is a matchup that is no stranger to Xeno Zero, and we will probably be seeing this match go on for quite a while.
Again, Vinnie very patient, and Numbers certainly very patient. So it's going to be interesting to see whose breaks first. Whose, I'm going to say for maybe boredom, for lack of a better word, runs out before they have to approach.
Now, me personally, I enjoy slower matches like this that involve more of a zoning game. It's all about who can control the space the best. And you know for a fact that John is going to be sitting nice and happy at the ledge. But that gives so much room for Vinnie to maneuver around safely. It allows him to sit and shield where he needs to and put out pressure with Needle and any tilts at the ledge.
And the big difference here is that a lot of the time we see John Numbers taking stocks very early. So, and Sheik obviously not one of those characters going to be able to take the stock as early. So if Numbers can get that early stock, as he is known for getting, it's going to be really interesting to see if Vinnie can adapt in time to get an early stock off in return. And as you see there, great pressure with the Nair.
Yeah, I think any stocks that get taken early is definitely going to be a relative term. We're going to be seeing these matches get close to the clock.
Yes, the clock is certainly going to be close, but in a matter of percent, certainly we can see Numbers take a stock at around that 100% mark against Vinnie. Oh, and almost an early stock there. Oh, from Vinnie, we may actually see. Oh, and an incredible take, and the reversal by John Numbers, the side B into the stage, and that'll take Vinnie's stock.
You know, this happens to a lot of people. You think you edge guard Numbers. You think you have his number. All of a sudden, you're eating the header and getting spiked, and you don't know what to do now that John Numbers has a lead on you, and he's teching every offstage instance that's given.
You know why you can never have John Numbers' number? It's because he has multiple numbers. His name is John Numbers after all.
It's a lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers.
How many? A lot.
A
it's
lot.
Multiple. It's plural. But it's one less stock there.
And here we're going to have, again, Numbers the lead. When Numbers has the lead, he is going to play this type of game. Crawling right on the ground.
The taunt, too. The smile on both of their faces.
Again, that is a sign that these players are very friendly. They've known each other for a very long time, even back from the Brawl days, I'd imagine. And the slick walk across the stage there from John Numbers. He's having a whole lot of fun right now. I think Vinnie's having a little bit less fun within this deficit.
So you got to keep it very well paced with how you walk. Keep your heart rate steady. Make sure to stretch your limbs. Stay well hydrated.
Stretch those shoulders. Let's stretch our legs. And Numbers is doing all that all over Vinnie right now. And the immediate spike, I'm surprised that Numbers hasn't been going for more of those setups on the ledge that he's known for. The header setups where he cancels it and then down airs, does a fair, forcing an active hitbox to the ledge. Right there, we're going to see it. Not successful, though. And now this is where Vinnie has to get his percent off. In disadvantage, Wii Fit Trainer off the stage. He has to, I think, force the Wii Fit Trainer, instead of trying to go for those stage spikes, Numbers has been so consistent with how he's been teching everything. He has to just force him further off into a position where maybe he can bouncing fish him.
And so many parts of the ledge were covered by John Numbers in that one instance. We saw the ball out. We saw the full charge sun salutation. We saw him put out as much pressure as he can to keep Vinnie away from him.
Yeah, and the deep breathing up throw, gonna take it, reading Vinnie's running shield, grabbing immediately and up throwing, and a great first game from John Numbers there.
You know, there was also some questionable DI on Vinnie's part. I'm not sure he was going to be expecting just run up throw. Just go to set the ball.
And again, it is a fast throw, so it's definitely not easy to react to. So again, good choice by Numbers to go for that up throw in that scenario, knowing that he had the deep breathing, knowing it was a good chance to take the stock, even if Vinnie did DI proper, and they're not playing on this stage. It's not happening. Numbers, he wants it. He's like, okay, I want to play on this stage. I'm going to charge down to him. 2-0, Numbers wins. The classic. Every time in the chat, there's a button check, both players SD, and whoever wins, 1-0.
We're going to be seeing the character pick as we move to Smashville, and we're going to be seeing Vinnie set his controls.
Switching off, actually, what he was doing earlier in the set that I commentated with Vinny is he's switching to the tilt stick for Sheik. However, I do not believe that he wants that tilt stick here for Cloud, so he's just making another control setup for that Cloud. What is Numbers? Numbers is raising the roof right now. All lots of excitement.
And before anything else gets said, I'd like to point out that is not a bench press motion.
That is not.
It is not.
No.
It is not. That aggravates me to no end.
There are so many commentators like you that get aggravated just by calling the up air the bench press.
So many people call it that. That's not a bench press. Where's the bench? I don't see a bench. I see metal. I see a giant slab of metal, and I see a limit bar getting charged with no pressure at all. But I don't see a bench.
What we are going to see here is Vinny playing very patient with this Cloud, not allowing for Numbers to get away with a lot of his normal camping, as Cloud does benefit a bit more from the lack of approaching from Numbers. Going to be able to charge that limit, and then John Numbers classic, pressuring him with.
I like what he tried to do there.
Tried to bait the option out, the approach from. Was that hit?
That would not be it just yet. Can't count Vinny out like that.
But I'm surprised he saw Cloud go so high and had plenty of time to punish with potentially an F tilt or maybe even a down tilt just to get him off the stage without a jump. And Numbers is certainly a person who knows how to punish those Cloud options so consistently.
Now, although Vinny is a very patient Cloud player, and he's very much willing to play the time game here, as he sits with limit and he's willing to shark that Smashville platform, it's worth noting that as time goes on and John slowly pressures him out with Sun Salutation and deep breathing, all over that time he's going to be healing little bits of damage here and there, so Vinny has to be on his A game and put out as much pressure and damage as he can, or else all that effort is going to be for naught.
And a number with a pretty solid percent lead here, and with Cloud without limit, while certainly not a character that can't take stocks, going to be a bit more difficult for Vinny to do so. And the lack of mobility on the landing there is going to hurt him as well, and Numbers is going to capitalize on F-tilt and end his stock.
And Vinny's sort of looking lost right now. Very unlike his typical play, and John is just sort of running, breathing circles around him.
And which is unlike John, because John is someone who knows how uncomfortable he can be in this matchup from time to time as Wii Fit trainer. However, Vinny's Cloud maybe not as polished as Ralphie, knowing that Ralphie does main the character. And Numbers is feeling really comfortable right now and has an incredible lead. Wii Fit trainer, very low profile, similar to Marth, in that he can get right by that limit cross slash.
Yeah, a very questionable limit cross slash, but Vinny's still going to be charging up limit, and all of that time John has to be able to set up Sun Salutation, set up deep breathing, and establish the soccer ball to extend any hitbox that he chooses to put out. You know, it's funny, typically the waiting game favors Cloud so much more, but not when you're looking down the barrel of John Numbers.
Arguably the most patient player that there is out there. Someone who is not afraid to time out. And the great, really low recovery there. Mixing up just to force Vinny to stay on stage, as Cloud would have to either burn limit or waste his jump to get off stage all the way.
And we have the high recovery from Vinny, opting to just use that limit to at least get himself back on stage, try and buy himself more time, but...
Well, that's going to be it, I think. Up throw on the platform. Oh, it opts for F throw. Not going to kill just yet. Again, I'm really surprised no up throw, especially on the platform with all that rage.
Didn't look like he was going to kill just yet, and some good hitbox shifting and some good DI from John Numbers is going to keep him in this stock still.
And again, Cloud is certainly the character that can come back from this deficit, but Vinny's going to have to take this stock off, and he does, as I mentioned it.
Just like that. However, Vinny does have 129% on board, and with only half a bar of limit charged up, it's not looking too good for our hometown hero.
And if Numbers can, again, simple right here now, he just needs to keep the percent lead, wait for Vinny to approach him, and just stay out of that percent range where he can get killed by that limit cross slash, by that finishing touch at an early percent, which Vinny's definitely going to be looking for to try and take that stock.
Yeah, we're going to have to see some riskier play from Vinny. We're going to be seeing a much more aggressive side of him as the clock starts to burn down into the last 2 minutes.
And that clock is not going to matter in the end, as Numbers is going to Sun Salutation on the landing and take Vinny's stock in a convincing fashion in those two games.
That was a very convincing 2-0 from John Numbers.
And these